Hello, hello. I almost accidentally. I couldn't see my screen for a second. So sorry about that. I think you can hear me now. I was going to ask if this is the music a little bit too low? I am curious if it's like a good um volume for you guys cuz I was checking it on the stream a second ago and I just wanted to double check if it's good on your guys' end. It's low, but not as low as yesterday. Okay, yeah, I did actually raise it up a teeny bit. So, and you know what it is? It's because I am playing it off of YouTube, and YouTube obviously, you can change the volume, right? So I think that's what happens. So I'm gonna raise it up just a teeny bit, just to give it a little bit of a. There we go. Just a little bit more presence, right? Because I realized like you don't even hear it unless you have the volume all the way up to like max. And I don't really like that. So, anyway. Let's see. Let's say hi. Let's do a little roll call. Yeah. Alrighty. So, hey there, Cougar, Shiv, Zeal, Hooky Frog. Hi. Hello there, Angel. How's it going? You love my blue sky post, Shiv? Yes. It's just because, I don't know if you know it, Shiv, but back in the day, there was, I think it was an ad. I don't know if any of the old timers remember it, but in the US there was an ad. There's like, do you know where it's Friday night or Saturday night. Do you know where your children are? And it was supposed to be like an anti-drug kind of thing. So I thought it'd be funny just to play on that. Let's see who else we got here. Hey there, Nye. Time zone jump scare. You're in Kentucky. Heck yeah. How was the whole trip? Let's see. It's been a bit low. It's a bit on the low side, but it's not too bad. The most important thing is you hear me. Yes, this is true. But I think it should be good now, right? It's a little bit more, not gonna say in your face, but the sound is at least there that you guys can hear it. But here's hoping for lots of things. It's better. All right, cool. Let's switch on over here now. All right, cool. Hi. Naughty says hi. A little rolling naughty, I mean, in the GIF. Also, absolutely randomly, today I was researching microphones because I was kind of like trying to see, like, you know what, should I invest in a new microphone for this year? Because I did invest in a lot of other stuff this last year. Got the new gaming PC. That was more, obviously it's for streaming, right? That one was kind of a emergency thing because the other computer just straight up died, right? So there was the computer, and then what else did I get? I got a bunch of just different things that I needed that were kind of out of nowhere, right? Little like small accessories. Where it was like, oh, a new mic stand. I built my little PVC enclosure, that kind of thing, and other random things that I use, like my wireless microphone. And the cool thing is, because I did finish filing my taxes recently, is that all my voice work stuff is considered a business expense. So if you don't like have a lot of business expenses, then you do end up having to pay a lot of taxes off the income you make from doing, side business stuff, right? So I don't have a lot of things planned to buy this year for just all the voice work stuff. I kind of feel like last year was the year of investing, right? But now I'm like, you know what? There are a few things that I do need. But today I was doing some research and comparing and contrasting on some microphones, and like the microphone that everyone uses for like when you're doing professional voice work from home is the Neumann TLM3. I think that's what it's called, or TL3M. I can't remember. But I was doing some comparisons with my own microphone. I'm like, it doesn't really sound that different. So I actually feel like with my enclosure that I built, that my microphone and my settings, the way I have it, is exactly how I want my sound to come off, right? But the one thing I realized is that there is one area in which the audio can get better. and that is on the stream side of things. So when I'm streaming, I'm using my fancy microphone, right? And the only problem is this type of microphone is oh my gosh, what is it called? It is a cardio? Oh my gosh, how do you say this? I use an a Rode NT1, which is a condenser. There were condenser mic. I was thinking of something else. So with the condenser mic, and I have a fancy one too, so it was a little bit more expensive than just the usual NT1. But with a condenser mic, it picks up literally everything. Like the way I have it set up right now is I have a noise gate, so it doesn't literally pick up everything. So if I were to, I don't know, like breathe next to the microphone, you won't really hear it. But if I were to take all of like the special effects or those kinds of like presets off, it would pick up everything. And that's because condenser mics are kind of built for that. It's meant for voice work. It's also meant for instruments, for picking up that sort of thing. But when it comes to talking for long periods of time, such as like a podcast or like a stream, I feel like it's not the best type of microphone. I kind of want it not to pick up everything. And so a microphone that I was doing research on, it's kind of like the microphone you've probably seen everybody use. Like if you're watching like somebody, like a personality on YouTube or even a podcaster, they use the Shure SM7B podcasting mic. And that is a dynamic microphone. A dynamic microphone is usually the type of microphones that like stage microphones. Think of like the type of microphones that people sing into, where you can like scream into it and it doesn't really, it doesn't like pick up everything. And it's because there is a different type of like, oh my gosh, what the heck, a capsule? I think that's what it's called. And it's picking up audio frequencies in a different way. Don't quote me on any of the technical stuff because I don't know it. But when it comes to all that, that is the microphone I want to get. It is a bit pricey, but it is a good investment. So I think I will. What I might end up doing is I did see that there are some like used ones or even like lightly used ones off eBay. So I'm gonna do a little bit of research. I've heard that there's lots of like cheap knockoffs and that kind of thing. So we'll see what I can do where I can find a good one. But as Cougar's saying, that might be something that I put up on the throne to help. And it might be a situation where it's similar. Yeah, exactly, Zeal, crowdfund it. It might be a similar situation with like when I got the PS5, where I put like a part of it, up to fund, and then I pay the rest of it, That way it just makes it easy because I am thinking about doing that. It would be nice. Also with podcasting, I think it would help too. The audio would sound a little bit different, but I think it would be a welcome change, so we'll see. And also, Cougar, you had asked earlier if, like, the stereo ASMR microphone would do well with that. No, because that one is also a condenser mic, so it's made exactly in this same way, where it is extremely sensitive, right? And I kind of want the opposite. I don't want it to be that sensitive. I want to be able to get up right on the microphone, like literally like lips to microphone, and be able to not have it pick up every tiny little detail. So we're going to see what I end up doing. I also thought about getting a shotgun microphone, like for voice stuff, but then doing comparisons of like I had pulled up some of my audios. And then I had like samples of people recording with those microphones, the shotgun microphone, or with the Neumann, which is the really fancy one. And it sounded identical. Like it didn't really sound that different. And yeah, a shotgun microphone is like a microphone that instead of looking like a traditional microphone where it's handheld and then it has like a little ball on the top, shotgun microphone basically is like a long stick. And only the very tip, it's kind of like, think of it like a cone, like an outward cone, where it only picks up things in that direction. So it is a directional microphone. And almost all of these microphones are directional. Even the one I'm using is directional, where if you talk into it from the back, you won't hear it as well. So like for instance, this one, I will talk to it from the back side. I literally have my lips up to the microphone on the back side, but it's not as loud as it would be if I am all the way here on the front side. And that's because the microphone is only on one side. So the shotgun microphone is basically that. Think of shotgun microphones as almost like a boom mic. Only the boom mics, like when you think of like a TV show or a movie where they're holding up over everything. Think of that as a cone, but that comes from the top to the bottom. It's almost like a shower. It doesn't pick up everything way too far at the distance, but it picks up everything down below. So yeah, like right underneath it. So yes, talking taxes, talking all that stuff. I know people always say, "Hey, you will hear me read the phone book," and here is an opportunity where you get to hear me talk. Get to hear me talk taxes. But yeah, so I am thinking of doing that. I do need to invest in that. But we'll see how it all goes. So, but I'm excited. I am excited. That all be death and taxes can't escape him. There is this football player. His name is Chad Ochocinco. His name is not actually Chad Ochocinco. It's actually Chad Johnson. But he changed his name to Ochocinco because his number was 85. He retired. And one of his catchphrases or things that he's kind of well known for is that there are 3 things guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and that Ochocinco is going to be open. So I love that. That was amazing. He was great. I love that guy. He was a great player, but now he's like a podcaster and like a personality. He's extremely entertaining. Very funny. But anyway, how about we jump into some Final Fantasy, shall we? So yesterday we were... Let me first pause this music. Hold on. Let's pause this. Let's unmute that. Let's get over here. All right, cool. Oh, I need a window. Hold on, guys. Where is my window? Here it is. There we go. Full screen, please. Awesome. So yesterday, we were in the Cave of Gi. Shiv was asking me how longer until you finish this, and I'm like, fairly soon, definitely inside February. Yes, so my goal is to beat this game before the end of the month, and I am quite certain I will beat it probably within another week or so. Because I do play a lot of it, just in my own time. So my goal is to finish this game because I do want to get into Pokemon Pokopia once it comes out. And let me get a release date on that. That comes out March 5th. So yeah, we want to be able to be finished with this by the end of this month. And I'm pretty sure that is going to be a foregone conclusion. And so, yeah, so that one will be definitely a game that I think I will do most of my playing on the stream. Pokopia, because I think that's going to be a lot of fun to do. Let me move this here. All right, cool. Also, I'm going to try to get comfortable again. That's another reason why I was researching microphones, is I hate my current setup for how I have my microphone, because it's really hard for me to lay back comfortably in my chair. But here I am doing it right now, but it's really easy for me to fall back into just leaning forward. Can't believe I'm blessed enough to finally catch a GG stream. Hey there, Ziggy, how's it going? Thanks for stopping on in, I appreciate it. I am certain there are many things you could be doing on a Friday night, and yet you are here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh shit, I don't have my guide open. Hold on, let me get my guide. I need to see what... Hold on, no, stop! There we go. Hold up, pause. I didn't have my guide open, so I can see what type of strategy I need for this boss. Because we do want to be proficient at it. Weaknesses, none. Lesser resistance, none. Inflicting damage will pressure him. A curse will activate when the soul flame possesses a statue. Staggering Gin attack will undo the curse. Doom will inflict instant death after a certain amount. So are we trying to just do this quick? We're just trying to beat this dude like super fast? Is that what it is? We're just pressuring? Well, we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Hey there, Muffins Merit. How's it going? Just wanted to pop by and say hello. Gotta pop back out. No worries. You do what you gotta do. All right, so here we go. So as to not prolong the fight and make it harder. Yes, we're just gonna beat him down. So let's freaking go. Let me move this mic back here, a bit more comfortable, and let's go. Oh shit, he's going for it. Blocking is not easy on this guy. Oh shit. Let's go with this. This really is not an easy fight. Because he's just going. Can't see. I do hate that the camera does not automatically swing around. Is there a way to make that happen? So that way you can just have the camera swing around directly to the enemy? I guess not, because you just said that the fixed angles, yeah. Can we limit break? Yeah, we can limit already. Oh, I'm definitely gonna try to beat the game on stream. Eventually, once the time comes, so that way you guys can see my my reaction to it. Because I have not actually seen any like specific spoilers for how Rebirth ends. Oh shit, I did not realize I had vengeance mode. Nice. Does somebody actually die? Overfang. Oh, it's a counter. Oh, okay. So it literally is going to count us down. It's a really long counter, though. Oh, we got this. This is not a hard fight. Okay, maybe. I thought the what happened? It seemed almost as if like there was more time. Oh, we beat him. Okay, there was more time on the counter because like Barrett's counter was like half as long as Red 13's. And yes, I will be going back to Baldur's Gate 3 later this year. As for RE9, I think I'm going to be playing that on my own time.
We did it!
We did it!
So, does this mean I passed the test?
I'm afraid that decision is not mine alone to make. Let us consult with one.
Sure thing, I'll let you know when. That might be maybe like a late spring game that I play, because I do want to go to I do want to do Pokopia, and I also want to play Silent Hill F. That's going to be one I definitely play on stream. But RE9 is more than likely going to be just a personal game.
Fought valiantly and offered up his life in defense of our home.
That actually comes out pretty soon.
You see, he still watches over us to this very day.
Wait.
Is that his dad?
Seto? My father? No, there's no way.
And the cool thing, Ziggy, is that I haven't seen anything about Silent Hill F in terms of, like, spoilers, anything about it, even, like, the gameplay. I've only seen, like, the trailers. So I'm really excited to get into that.
What about my mom? Did she know what had happened to him?
Why, of course she did. It was, after all, she and Seto who asked me to see her off the cave.
But why? Why did she never tell me the truth?
Because she knew that if she did, you would attempt to seek your father out all by yourself. Your parents strove to keep our Vale safe. But there is one thing they fought even harder to protect. You, Nanaki, their son.
She was afraid because I was too small and weak.
Hey there, Shirayuki. So sorry to hear about the week. Mine wasn't too tough of a week as much as it was more just very tiring.
You've become a fine warrior.
So not, like, mentally stressful, but just, like, bodily so.
Like this is not where your journey is meant to end, my dear boy. You must leave the Vale once more.
But I'm a watcher now. I gotta protect our home like he did.
Listen to me, Nanaki. When I first heard your friend's emphatic warnings, I dismissed them outright. No more than the brave...
I'll definitely add some scary sound alerts while playing Silent Hill F.
You start to believe you...
Although, I don't think you were here, Shirayuki, when I was playing Silent Hill 2, the remake. I had my heart rate, like, on screen so you guys could see it, and
that I thought saw the world clearly.
I am not somebody that gets scared easily. I think I got jump scared maybe twice during that entire game, because I am super chill. Incredibly chill. Things do not scare me. Except when we played PT. PT was rough.
Or, like me, you become inured to your own ignorance. With sharper eyes and keener ears, go forth and in my stead seek the great truths of our world. Look after him for me.
Don't worry. We will.
Yes, PT is head and shoulders above any other game out there in terms of horror. It is so special.
This trial, my boy. Continue your training and try again. Are you up to the task, Nanaki?
And you are correct, Zeal.
You
That one time when I
after all.
got choked by Pyramid Head was rough. That was the one time I got seriously, like, jump scared.
I am Nanaki, watcher of Cosmo Canyon,
Oh, I think you were saying, Exit 8? Is that it, Angel?
protector of our Vale.
Are you kidding me? Red 13's dad is crying? That is amazing. Nori and Mikhail. Also, Barrett crying at this is amazing. And you're right, Ziggy. I still remember when PT got announced and when it became like the biggest thing, took over. People were like, you know, exchanging notes on what you had to do. Like, how do you trigger more progress into it? Oh, so good.
My name is Guy Natak.
Okay, hold up. Hold up.
O brave and noble Seto. I beseech you once more. Hear the urgent pleas of my people.
Is there a sequel? I did not know there was a
My
sequel.
thanks, Seto. You are as magnanimous as ever. The warrior Nanaki, and you, the Cetra. Come with me.
Okay, now this is big time right here. This is not anything in the original Final Fantasy VII.
That was...
Oh, an exciting turn of events indeed.
We'll back you up for 2,000.
Also, believe it or not, I have never played a single Grand Theft Auto. I still want to play Red Dead Redemption, though.
No. This one's free.
We're back as Cloud.
Can anyone explain to me why we're even taking this detour? Anyone? Because some of us are on a mission to secure the material we need to, you know, save our homeland.
How can you talk like that in a place like this? I'm scared out of my wits here.
I don't know. This Gee dude's too nice to freak me out.
He may act nice, but who knows what he's planning. Stay alert.
And yeah, I've heard somebody like, I feel like Grand Theft Auto is such a game of like chaos that it would be perfect for my style of playing. So who knows? Maybe Grand Theft Auto 6 is my first Grand Theft Auto. So we'll have to see. Red Dead Redemption 2 had me in shambles. GTA 5 had me in the strip clubs. Yes. I think that's like the whole thing. Grand Theft Auto 5 is like a silly game, right? Whereas like Red Dead Redemption, I feel like it's a tongue twister in some way. Red Dead Redemption 2, there we go, is a bit more serious of a take when it comes to those types of games. Although I do know there are some silly things in there too. But I definitely want to try that. So we'll see. Because usually what I've been doing is I've been kind of looking at the release schedule for different games, right? And I'm trying to see what games that interest me so that way I can kind of put them in somewhat of a schedule to be like, oh, I definitely want to play that on stream, want to play that. You know, when we did Silent Hill 2, we did the remake, and then I was gifted Silent Hill F also to play it around Halloween time, but because Silent Hill 2 took a lot of time, obviously we had to push that through. And then when Pocopia, we found out it was coming out in March. It's like, okay, great. So we're going to do Final Fantasy now. We should finish that up pretty soon. Then we got Pocopia in March. That's going to be more of a chill game, so that'll be nice. We'll see what I do after. Like I said, it's probably going to be Silent Hill F after that. And it might even, I might return to the 3 days a week schedule for the streaming, just because when it comes to those more narrative focused games where there's not a lot of open world stuff, I think it is really fun to be able to just show off the entire story like on stream. So I think maybe when we get to Silent Hill F, maybe I will stream three nights out of the week. So we'll see. And then from there, we'll see what happens. Like I said, we do want to get through Baldur's Gate 3. I will lower the difficulty on that one so that way we can have a smoother experience. And then, you know, again, is GTA 6 supposed to be coming out this year? I know they said that, but is there a date? Is it summertime or fall? I do remember it got delayed from last autumn. Also, remember how I was playing Death Stranding 2 and I said I was going to play more of it during my break? I totally didn't play a single second of Death Stranding 2 on my break, which super sucked, so I still want to get back to it. It's supposed to be November? Ah, okay, so we got a lot of time then. We got a lot of time. So I think I'll see if I can fit maybe Red Dead Redemption in there too.
The home of the Gee lies beyond. Now let us begin our journey.
Not so fast. What's in it for us? Unless it's materia, you can count me out.
How strange you should mention.
Yeah, I'll play 2, not 1. I played 1 originally. I didn't finish it. I always wanted to. I might actually get it for like the Switch, Red Dead Redemption 1, because I do believe it's on 1, right? I mean, 1 is on Switch, right? So that way I can just play it on my own time.
be back soon. I promise.
One is on Switch, but you can get it for cheap or free. Oh, okay.
Maybe
We'll
try
see, we'll
swaying
see.
with the rocking of the boat?
I wanna move less, not more.
I haven't had PlayStation Plus in a
Didn't seem to
while.
mind when you jumped aboard.
Only 'cause you mentioned materia.
Be quiet. The planet is listening.
And what's wrong with that?
Anything that reaches the planet's ears, in due time, reaches those of the Cetra. Unfortunately, the Cetra are not a tolerant people.
Excuse me, am I intolerant too? I'm Cetra.
She's like, we are not a monolith, kind sir.
You are indeed one of them, by lineage alone.
Ayo, should I buy a Switch? I'll do it right now if you say yes. Say yes. I want to buy one, but I need to pretend my arm was twisted. I'm going to say wholeheartedly, yes, get yourself a Switch. I would straight up say get a Switch too, because I feel like it's just so, it's like it's a no-brainer, right? I do believe over this past week, it was announced that the Switch, the original Switch, became Nintendo's best-selling console of all time, even like overtaking the original DS, which is saying a lot because the DS was freaking huge. But there's just so many games. There's so much like third-party games, and of course you have all the Nintendo games. So if you haven't had a Switch, I would say get a Switch 2, because then that way you'll have access to all the new stuff as well as all the old stuff too. I not to mention, twist your arm further. But if you are ever in the mood to join in one of my streams in which I do like a community game night, I usually tend to go onto on the Switch too. We've done Jackbox games before, but we have done Mario Kart. We've done other things that we've played, Pokemon, ZA, those types of games. So definitely, like, if you're ever in the mood to play some multiplayer games with like a small community such as my own, that's always pretty fun. And we have done that before, also not on the Discord, Zeal. We have done the community stuff. I think we did the first Mario Kart stuff was all on Twitch. And then we did the Jackbox night also. That was also Twitch. So, I'll mix it and match it. I'll do some, Discord exclusive community nights, which I'm actually doing tomorrow. But other times there will be, times for everybody to jump on in. Yes, I even had to pause my game, Ziggy.
That has been lost to time.
As people will tell you, oh so happily, I am a yap geek.
Consider your ignorance a blessing. The Cetra's past is fraught with horror and sorrow.
Oh yeah, Shiv literally just bought a Switch 2 yesterday.
So there I am, on the ground, bleeding out, watching everything go dark. Thinking, this is it. This is how it ends. Only...
That's basically it, Cougar. I never have to talk to anybody at work, although it's interesting because I did talk a whole bunch today at work.
tugs at me so hard, it feels like it's tearing my soul right out of my body.
Okay. Trying to pay attention to some of these things because now I'm trying to piece everything together.
Next thing I know, I'm back in the orphanage. But nobody can tell me who found me or how I got there. It's a miracle.
Sounds like what happened to me. Whole freaking army unloading on my position. I'm feeling every single bullet.
Oh, was that Balthazar? Okay, now we're getting into stuff now.
The wind starts blowing.
This is where things started to diverge and change in the timeline.
1 minute, I'm outnumbered. And the next, I'm alone.
I do not like Zach's
None of it
voice.
Makes any sense. I somehow managed to beat the odds and wake up here, alone. Why in the hell did fate pick me?
Can't think that way.
Can't not think that way.
Yeah, I feel like it like you
Your
said,
luck
it needs a
runs
little bit more
out,
gravel.
Mine doesn't. I'm the only one who gets a pass. And now that it's just me, what am I supposed to do? You know?
So the other people didn't survive?
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, did you know, Shiv, that you could send in your Joy-Cons to Nintendo for free for them to fix the drift?
Sure, but why?
I'll explain on the way.
I had to do that once. Like a long time. Like way back. Okay. So let's see if we can piece together what's happening. Because now I'm
How's
invested.
Clara
Mako poisoning's done a real number on him. Doubt he's in for a speedy recovery either. But hey, hope springs eternal.
Right. If he does recover, you can bet your ass he'll act like it was nothing. Shrug it off and say he's been through 10 times that shit.
Are
Or
we
he'll think
talking
he's
about
you.
the Same cloud?
Come on. The guy's desperate to prove himself. Not like he needs to. Everyone knows he's a bona fide badass. Hey, why don't you try picking up some work as a merc? A Zach of all trades.
When did you get your Switch, Angel? Is it a launch one? Like from years back?
Think about it.
And I'm pretty certain Nintendo still does the free Joy-Con repairs. And if they can't repair it, they'll just give you another one.
Get a load of this.
Okay, let's see. The destruction of Sector 7 was orchestrated by Shinra themselves. We can't let those murderers get away with it. People of Midgar, fight back against our corporate oppressors by joining Avalanche. Seek us out at the lot off Petal Lane. Wow, that's bold.
Hell yeah, I lined up, I think, at Best
These
Buy
guys are setting
on
a
launch
trap
night
themselves.
for the original Switch.
Shinra will just roll in and round them all up.
Doubt public security will even bother going through the motions. Easier just to shoot and skip the paperwork.
Then anyone who goes is...
An idiot, I know. But idiots are what we need right now. Folks who'll risk it all.
Wait! Don't tell me you're going! The things I do for friends.
The things I do for friends. So, there's something really interesting here that I think is like almost like a really good moment to talk about current events. Also, this is great. I love how he's covering his face. That was awesome. They do, GG, because you can still get the Switch Lite, and if that gets drift, yeah, that sucks. That super sucks. Anyway, so right now, in the events of Final Fantasy VII, for those who are not aware, you, Cloud, which we don't have in our party right now because other things are happening, but you and your group of freedom fighters, you could say, rebels, are fighting a cause, a righteous cause, as it were, against this evil corporation, electric company, quote, let's put that in quotes, electric company, as they are siphoning energy from the planet, right? So obviously they super suck. And so you, as part of this rebel group known as Avalanche, are trying to, thwart their attempts to basically do a lot more damage than climate change, actually almost like destroy the planet all in the name of just, greed. And just being awful in every sort of way. Because on top of everything that they're doing, they're also experimenting with just a bunch of inhumane things, right? All right. So, right now, there is, at the very end of the first Final Fantasy VII Remake, one of the final things that happen is that basically you're going to go, to finish the job, kind of like defeat the big bad, whatever. And there is a reactor that is basically extracting the energy from the planet, to which they use to then convert that into energy for them to use, to give to the people, right? Think of it as almost like a nuclear reactor. At the end of that game, the nuclear reactor, or the reactor, what's it called? The Mako reactor? That's what it's called in this game. It gets destroyed and it blows up, and part of it destroys a huge sector of the city that you start out from. Kills thousands and thousands of people. And in the end, Shinra, the bad people, they blame it on the rebel group, saying that they intentionally blew it up and they should be the ones held responsible for all of these horrible things, right? So at the beginning of this game, which is basically like Final Fantasy VII, what is it? Rebirth? So we're like in part 2. Yeah, that all happened in Act 1, right? So the reactor blows up, all super sucks, everything, and the blame gets pushed onto our main characters, who are actually trying to do the right thing, right? And instead, Shinra puts the blame on them. And so now, I'm not going to try to explain what's happening right now with these characters, because this is like diverging into alternate timelines and like a multiverse of things. But basically, from what it seems like here, the events of the first game have happened, but these characters who should have died are actually now alive, but in a different timeline. Anyway, they just saw a flyer. And the flyer was basically saying, hey, if you guys are, want to be part of Avalanche, the rebel group, come meet at this one area, because we're organizing, because we're going to be going, getting together to, thwart Shinra once more. But this conversation basically is like, hey, anybody who actually does this is kind of an idiot, because this is obviously Shinra just setting some people up to try to get, them. So I had some conversations the other day. So now this is where I relate it to, current events that are happening in the U.S., right? Because I have not had an opportunity really to speak out on things. And lots of people, obviously, they want to know, like, where I stand on things, right? Obviously, I hate everything that's happening, right? Obviously. In every way, form, all that good stuff, right? Absolutely hate it. All against it. But here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing. And here's the thing that sucks, because I kind of caught myself in this. Whenever I see like TikToks or videos or things like this, where shit's happening, there's protests, there are fucked up things happening that are caught on video, and the outrage is there. And I end up liking it, right? I like those videos because I want to see more of what's happening. I want to be caught up with current events and all that stuff, right? And then, I start to get a little bit more like extreme stuff. I start to get like, things that are recommended to me that are not just, hey, let's protest, but hey, let's go commit acts of violence against people. And I'm like, whoa. Okay, now this is a little bit much, because then, if I were to, with all the information that is out there, right? With all the information that we put out there into the world, onto the internet, of the things that we like, and all the billionaire companies and corporations and governments that have access to all of those things, they see all that stuff. No, actually, that's not true, Zio, because 2 of the videos that I saw were from women asking for this, this violence. And so I did not like those videos, because I was afraid, because I'm like, whoa, there is a slippery slope here where you have a message that you believe in, but then if it gets to be a little bit extreme, then we don't really know who is putting that message out there, right? Because you could, while it sounds like, oh, okay, but still, I mean, it's always, the message, right, where people are like, the only people who like aren't against, putting a little bit of muscle, right? Let's just say that. Let's use a little code word, right? Put a little bit of muscle into what they believe in. Don't really know history, because a lot of history is, things don't get changed unless there's a little bit of the red ketchup-y stuff getting thrown around, right? And so, but there is sometimes things like setting up traps where we're not actually sure at times where these content creators are putting this out. So when I see those more extreme messages, I have no idea if the call is coming from inside the house. So that way they then can see when people like those videos, and then they can be like, oh, okay, these are the people we need to watch out for. Let's go investigate all the people who have liked this, and let's start tracking these folks, right? So it's like, oh shit, what? And so like you then start going down this really big, you know, almost like conspiracy theory kind of like way of seeing things, which is super shitty, right? Because you want to be able to just be like, hey, I believe in this cause, I believe in this thing, I want to be able to be on the right side of this, right? Because I believe in it, right? But then to be like, I can't even do that, because then you have people who are instigating violence, they are instigating more extreme tactics, and that's actually coming from the other side to make this side seem more extreme or more volatile or more dangerous than what they really are, and to muddy the message, right? And so then that's really hard to then want to get involved in that, right? I don't remember which protests there were. This was like years and years back, where basically, you know, they found out that there was people from the other side, you know, joining up as protesters and then leaking, you know, where they were going to be meeting, you know, protesting and things like that. And basically snitching on the people who are going to be there, right? So it's really hard. Exactly, Zeal. Now that's the part where it really gets into the what I'm actually talking about here, where it's like, I want to be able to support stuff without being put on a list, because I am someone who is of higher priority because of how I look, right? Because how I look, because my background, because of all that sort of thing. So I don't want to put myself at risk. I don't want to put people that I know at risk, right? So it does suck when I want to speak out in a way, but then it's like, it is not just me. Because if it was just me, then I feel like, okay, yeah, it's fine, right? But it's not just me. There are people, you know, who are associated to me, that it ends up being like, oh shit, this is not, you know, just me in a vacuum wanting to, you know, stick up for the right thing. It's like, oh, if I say the wrong thing, this can affect other people that I know, right? And so that's been a lot of my when it comes to, you know, what I put out there, right? Because all you need is just oh yeah, it looks like the stream kind of like connection went down. They're listening, you know. Yeah, I lagged. Sorry, I can see my connection went down for a second here. But yeah, that's what it is. It all comes down to just having to be like really careful, because you never know what, like, you say one thing or you use a hashtag, and all you need is a certain group to basically, you know, reverse search everybody who used a hashtag or are using certain key phrases or keywords in their tweets and their messaging and their posts and their this and their that, right? And then you no longer are just a faceless nobody, but now you're somebody with a target on your back, and they want to see your reach, and they want to see how many people you're talking about this to, right? And then certain privileges start to get taken away, certain things. So that's the whole thing, right? It's not like a easy topic to really get into without even like sort of like, you know, putting myself out there, right? Because again, the threats are out there. It's not like this is like, oh yeah, that doesn't, like, exactly like you were saying, Cougar, nothing is safe anymore, right? Like everything's watched. And so it is really hard sometimes. So like for me, like I have seen like videos and things like that where it's like, oh, there are ways to help support, you know, things kind of like anonymously, you know, to be able to, you know, help support groups, you know, help fund groups that you believe in into the right cause and that sort of thing, but not, you know, publicize it. And I'm also not someone to virtue signal or anything like that. I'm not going to be like, hey guys, I donated this much money to this cause, right? Like, obviously, it would be great to be able to be like, hey, you know, hey, I really believe in this cause. Here's a link to it, right? But then again, that's all you need. That's the super shitty thing about all of this, is that that's all you need is to put yourself on one side of the thing, and then, you know, again, align yourself with certain hashtags, certain phrases, certain words, and all of a sudden now you have a target on your back because it's not, what do you call it? It's not safe, you know? Exactly, Cougar. When you are the minority, you have no choice to be silent to protect your own life. And that's what super sucks. That's what super sucks, right? But I guess I just wanted, again, it has nothing to do with virtue signaling or trying to be on the right side of things. It's the main reason why I like never, ever, ever, ever get involved when it comes to like drama or things that are happening in the space, whether it's the not safe for work space, VA space, whatever. I don't get involved in any of that drama because I don't really, it's not like my place to say things like that, right? But when it comes to this situation, it's like, oh no, I definitely have a stance, right? But when it comes to actually putting myself out there, and not just myself, but other people connected to me, where it's like, oh shit, like this is like, you know, people's futures and their lives are at stake here. It's not easy, you know, it's not easy. So yeah, it's a whole thing. And like for myself, like I'm a citizen, I'm a naturalized citizen. Like I only became a citizen, you know, relatively recent in my my whole life. You know what I mean? I did it myself. Like I didn't get any help from anybody. So I definitely know how, you know, like when people say all that stuff of like how hard it is to become a citizen, like I know, I know from firsthand, not just myself. Like I know other people from my family who have gone through it, the whole process. I understand the entire immigration process, probably more so than a good majority of people. I know all about it. It is not cheap. It is not easy. It is not fast. It is not efficient. It is not fair. It is not anything. You know, it is as tough as something can be, you know, given the fact that it is the legal route, right? But it is a crazy thing. And so I just wanted to put that out there just to, you know, to give you guys at least a little bit of hope, I guess, in a sense, right? And I thought this was a great opportunity because this literally happened in the game where it's like, oh, here's an event in the game where it's like, oh shit, you think you're on the right side, but actually this is like a setup to get you to say something so that that way they can then, haha, I gotcha, because you put yourself out there, right? So it's a whole thing. Guys, we just need to observe and absorb these infos. And that's the whole thing, Ema. It's like, you know, I think that is a really good point because I can get so down. I can get so down. The other day, I was like nearing tears. I am at work. I am just at work and I get bored sometimes and I just pull up a video and it's like a family getting ripped apart and kids are speaking in Spanish. I understand what they're saying and they're asking, you know, like, why are you taking my dad? And I'm like, I cannot tell you how heartbreaking that is. And to hear it like in like, you know, my mother language, right? Which I don't even speak currently, right? Like I don't speak Spanish fluently, but I still understand so much of it. So to be able to connect to that and also know so many people who have been in situations that were, you know, where there's a lot of distance between. I mean, even like myself, like I didn't grow up near my family because my family, when we moved to the US when I was a kid, like we were like 5-6 hours away from my family. So that separation of even just trying to go find yourself a new life, you know, somewhere else and start over, it's tough, right? It's hard and you give up a lot, right? So even like feeling connected to my family is hard because I don't have any immediate family or extended family nowhere near me at all, right? And then those bonds didn't get strengthened over time either because we never hung out with them. We never saw them. So, you know, it is really tough. But just like the way Ema was saying, you know, it's hard to be able to see all that stuff and not let it affect you, especially when you have, you know, skin in the game or you know a lot of people in that situation, and it's really tough to not feel it. Right. And so I appreciate it. And so like the way you said, Ziggy, you know, where it says, you had said white people can do the work. They're the ones that need to stand up. And I also don't want to make it sound like that either, where it's like, oh, the people, you know, the white people shit. Like, I don't want to put it on any type of people. You know, I feel it is the responsibility of everybody, which is one of the reasons why it sucks that I wish like, oh yeah, I should put myself in that same category of like, I want to feel responsible. But then it sucks because then put in that rock and hard place, it's like, well, what do I do when there is actual things at stake that could change the trajectory of not just my life, but other people's lives, right? And then having that guilt associated with like screwing up futures and shit like that, right? So it's a whole thing, right? Not to mention, like, for instance, the other day, somebody, I don't remember exactly where this was. I don't know if it was at work or something, but it was like the idea of like seeing the videos. I see the videos of people being stopped, racially profiled, of course, because I mean, what other reason are they fucking being stopped for? And basically being like, U.S. citizen? And like, yes, citizen. And like, do you have your papers? It's like, why do I, what? I don't have to show you my paper. I'm a citizen. What the fuck? Like, that's not legally. They actually do have the right to ask that because they are Border Patrol, right? And Border Patrol, wherever they may be stationed at or whatever, wherever their jurisdiction is currently at, they technically do have the right to ask you. The cops do not have the right to ask you that, but Border Patrol does. And that's the thing that sucks right now, is because they have been given basically free reign to go everywhere, right? So that's the thing that really sucks. Also, hey there, little peanut princess, I'm so sorry I haven't said hi to you. But you do get a lot of people who refuse to show their papers because, of course, again, it's like, one, being racially profiled. Two, I don't have my papers on me. Three, you shouldn't be asking, right? But I happen to live, sorry. I was going to say, but I happen to live in this world where things are fucked up currently. So I happen to have my papers all the time on me. I always have them. I've had them on me for years and years and years. Right? And it's because this is like way before any of this stuff started happening. Because I just always was like, yeah, I just want to I live in the real world. And that's the thing where a lot of people, and again, I don't want to put it on, I don't want to be those people who be like, oh my gosh, it's only until it affected like white people that they finally saw it, like how hardcore it is, right? And it's like, yes, obviously that is the truth, right? That things usually don't start changing or actually get, more muscle behind it until you get white people riled up, right? But at the same time, I am not somebody who is like, oh, it took you this long to figure it out, right? It's like, well, even before all this stuff, I knew it was like this. That was the whole reason why I carried my papers for so long all this time, because that's just what I do. Because again, I live in reality where, and I'm not saying other people don't live in reality. That makes it sound like I'm being an asshole, and I don't want to make it sound like that. But it's like being black, right? And it's like other people being like, oh my gosh, like racism doesn't exist anymore. It's like, it totally does. And if you're black, you would totally get it, right? Or if you're a darker skin tone, you totally understand it, right? And then only when somebody else sees it, like for their own eyes, they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this was, and like, yeah, it's been like this for a while, guys. Right? But I've never wanted to be like that when it comes to my stuff, because I was just like, well, I just know from my own experience that it is like that, and I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, right? Because I do want to hope that we live in a world where we don't have to deal with that, right? And some people really do believe that things are better where they are, and they are in general, right? In general, from where things were 60 years ago, 50 years ago, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, right? But the problem is we're starting to go down a slippery slope where things are starting to kind of like come at a head, where that progress is not starting to go in the right direction. It's almost like it's starting to fall back down, like almost like it's peaking up, but instead of it peaking up and getting to new heights, instead it's like a ball falling down a hill, and it's like, whoa, that's not cool. Right? According to our Reddit group, the agents haven't been paid for the 6 feet, and there's, well, I can only hope. You shouldn't need to have to. Exactly, right? Shouldn't have to. Ziggy says, I watched from Australia, and it's absolutely horrific. I'm so incredibly sorry that you're all going through this shit now, let alone everything before. Exactly. So much for America being the land of eggs. True that. You mean the guy who's famous for stiffing laborers? Exactly. Yes. He's going to use them for his own purposes. And they were supposed to get healthcare and all these things. Racism is never gone. No. Remember when they tried to remove birthrights? Yes. I mean, I think that that is still on the table, little peanut princess. I think the Supreme Court did not rule on that yet. I think they still have that down the line where they want to where they're still going to consider it. So yeah, it's a whole thing. And I just wanted to, put my, I guess, stamp out there somewhere. Just be like, hey, I'm all for the cause, but it's one of the reasons why I can't just come out and rah, 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 let's topple the establishment, let's go in there, the Cloud Strife style, and let's take on Shinra, right? Because then that's how you end up getting blamed for destroying half of Midgar. Speaking in Final Fantasy terms. So yeah, it's a whole thing. And that's why I love games like this, because this game came out in 1997. And when people are like, "Oh my gosh, get politics out of my games," I'm like, "Dude, where have you been?" Hey there, a Court of Books and Cold Brew. You always give me a nickname, and I always forget it. And I always want to say Courtney, but it's not Courtney. I know that, but that's kind of in my head what I always assign because of a court. Yes, Zeal, life is politics. You cannot Brewy. Okay, there we go. We got that. I can get that. I'll remember it. Our Prime Minister has been invited to the White House of Patties and Shamrock. There's huge we're all tagging. He does not. Yes.
He didn't tell you?
That's not.
Must
Yeah.
have wanted the competition.
When exactly did you meet Cloud?
Yes, Angel, exactly. They are always ready to throw anyone under the bus just to get their message across.
How long ago was that again? Weird. My internal clock's busted.
Yeah, mine too. What's that about anyway?
Good question.
So, what do you think's gonna happen to our baby?
Yeah, things have always been political. It's just back then, a lot of the people who saw that were kids, and then they didn't put two and two together, and then they just saw it as their entertainment and never really wanted to think beyond the surface level stuff.
I think I prefer being number 2 or 3. Suits me much better.
Yeah.
Why don't we all go
Like the guy who only has to worry about the how. And doesn't have to decide on the what.
A minor role?
Exactly. I'm no hero. So how come I was the one who got saved?
Because someone needs you. You and your can-do attitude.
Then who might that be?
You were the guy with Aerith, right?
I can call you Peanut? Oh, okay. I can call you Peanut. I will call you Peanut.
That's a good question.
You're ugly crying? Aw. No need to ugly cry. The world's a shitty place. That's why we gotta stick together and do what we can to,
Keep your eyes peeled.
get angry when we need to get angry, but also share in the good times when we can, right? It's what they always say. You can't let the despair and the, hopelessness win. They try to get you down too many times that you don't want to keep fighting, right?
Well, at least Shinra was a no-show too, right?
That's amazing, Ema. You're like, you can call me baby. That's amazing. That was smooth.
Huh. New recruit?
Believe me, Cougar, as an American, we feel very
I
helpless.
just came to see what kind of morons would fall for your dumbass propaganda, that's all. But I should have known. Nobody could be that stupid. Anyway, I'm out, losers.
I told you I wasn't cut out for a leading role.
Biggs reminds me of Charlie Sheen.
For a reason.
My 80s Charlie Sheen.
Higher purpose. Sorry for wasting your time.
I like that. The world's finna end now. That's amazing. Yeah. I mean, the dynamics of life, right? Where on one side, everything is all really chill, and then on the other side, we got some really serious things.
It's up to
But
us
hey,
to find our own purpose.
Life is complicated.
I mean,
We live in
there's
that,
gotta be one way.
the
Everyone's
conflicting
sitting back, acting like the
energies
world's
and
doomed, but the
beings
future's
and
not set in
vibes.
stone. We're not powerless.
Listen to Zach.
So long as we don't lose sight of what's important. You know, what matters most of all when the going gets tough.
Hey there,
I
Senku!
don't know, hopes, dreams, maybe? Something like that. So long as we've got those. And hold on tight and never let go.
Like this?
Like your life depends on it.
I love that
The world's lucky to have you.
this conversation is happening at the exact same time that Zach and Biggs are literally talking about the exact same sort of energy.
Anyway, I gotta run.
I'll be sure to pay a visit to Cloud when I get the chance.
See ya. Think about what I said. Guess I should probably head home too. Home, huh?
Also, I saw that backpack. Was that not her leaving something for us? Like, that was kind of like a little trick. Kyrie forgot her backpack, which is filled with traveling supplies. Perhaps she hoped to join Avalanche aft. Oh. Well, how come she left? Was it because she saw us and she was like, oh my god, not these fools? I thought she was like an informant or something and she was leaving supplies for us. Same here. It's like watching the election and not being an American, but knowing that the outcome will affect things on a global scale. But you can't do anything about it. And with the things right now, we don't even have a senator. Yep, it's shitty. It super sucks. Also, water break. I do have water here. Thank you so much for that reminder, Peanut. I've been drinking coffee this whole time. There we go. Thank you. We have to go, I think, back to... I think it's Aerith's house. Whoa, head home? Which way am I supposed to go? Oh, I was going in the right direction. Interesting.
I'm back.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Guess who I just saw? Biggs.
Really?
Said he'd visit, too.
Oh, yay! Did he say anything about Daddy or Tifa?
Oh, sorry. Forgot to ask.
Aww.
Zach, would you mind checking on Aerith for me?
Sure.
We're all headed for the same place. You'll see your daddy and Tifa again.
Soon?
Soon enough, Marlene. Soon enough.
I mean, that's what it is, Nye. It's always been like that. The game is rigged.
It's me. The wind. That was you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I did see that. It's crazy that no one's talking about it.
We've arrived.
I have theories, but I'm not going to say them yet. I think I'm going to wait to the end of the game to put my theories on what's happening. It said that Aerith... Zach is theorizing that Aerith was the one who changed the direction of the wind. But Aerith obviously is not aware of what's happening right now. I'm assuming Aerith is somehow kind of like Sephiroth, kind of like all-knowing. And it's not this Aerith, but like a future Aerith. But we'll get into that later.
Welcome to the village of the Gi.
Hey there, Nina. How's it going? Is this true, Zeal? That is amazing. I don't doubt it if it's true. All right, can we level up a little bit? Yes, we can. I really am not a fan of any of this stuff. Like, I would rather just have it apply as you level up rather than you selecting what you want, because I feel like I am sure there is some strategy to it, but I don't know. But I'm not a big fan of this whole thing. I feel the sphere grid was legit in Final Fantasy X. Just a bit of foot pain from all the walking. Oh, really? Are you wearing comfortable shoes at least? I spent a lot of money on like super fancy walking shoes when I went to Japan, and I don't even like them that much. I don't even like them that much. It feels kind of weird. It feels like almost too soft while walking. And then when I was in Japan, I feel like they might have made a difference, but I feel like it was so tiny. Like maybe they helped my feet maybe 15% more than my usual like shoes that I would use. At least that's what I think.
Welcome to our domain, children of the planet.
Y'all hear that just now? Our flesh is gone, yet our spirits are condemned to linger. Outsiders such as we are unwelcome, forever denied the planet's embrace. I feel for you. Can only imagine how tough that's been. My kin now dwell within these effigies. I beseech you, lend them your ears. Long has it been since they have had an audience.
All right. We're gonna learn some stuff. I'm down. You have to buy a pair here. Thinking I'm buying another pair. Oh yeah, I totally get that.
They're not bound to the planet, and so she rejects them. Because you have to come from the life stream to return to it.
Which means these dudes can't die, right? They're invincible!
I'm not sure that's something to celebrate.
Naughty.
Being stuck as spirits with no hope of release sounds like a fate worse than death.
As if you know anything about dying. I mean, are you even really alive?
Another stuck spirit, perhaps?
We shall not rest till the materia is ours.
Hold up. I'm gonna pause this real quick because I kind of want to do a little bit of digging because I think I know. Hold on real quick. I need to look up Kate Sith. Okay. Kate Sith is a playable character, blah, 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 blah. Kate Sith is a robot cat who often rides a giant stuffed toy, Moogle, or as I call, Mochi. Kate Sith is remotely controlled with multiple copies and controls the Moogle with a megaphone. He works as a fortune teller in the Gold Saucer. He's a fucking robot? Reeve Tuisty first controlled and deployed a prototype Kate Sith during the consequences of our choices in Before Crisis. Kate Sith met the player Turk and told them their fortune. Kate Sith then turned to accompany the Turks. Thereafter, Kate Sith original continuity. Sometime after Kate Sith, the fortune teller goes on December. What the fuck is Kate Sith? Hold on. What is? I did not know. No, I didn't know that he's a robot. Since when? I don't think I have ever known this. And I am seeing that it's actually somebody else who's controlling him? And it's one of the Turks? Is this true? It's Reeve? I don't get that. Because, I mean, Kate Sith is also in an Advent Children. As the final battle looms, Reeve, through Kate Sith, announced the fall of Shinra. What the is happening? I'm gonna look up. What is Kate Sith? I need to know this. We need to stop the game to find this out. Designed as a small... He is a robot spy remotely controlled by Shinra employee Reeve, initially acting as a fortune teller. Okay. So he is a Shinra person. Maybe I knew this a long time ago. Maybe.
You and me both.
Yeah, it must have come up in original Final Fantasy VII, and I must have found this out, but for whatever reason, I totally forgot that. And it's funny because earlier on, I think it's Barrett, or maybe it's Yuffie, who actually says that. They're like, oh, you're a spy for Shinra. And he's like, how do they know about this thing? He's like, wasn't me. But maybe it was. Yeah, sometimes I need to just stop. I need to figure it out. This is really interesting because this is all added to the game. Materia of peace. What is the materia of peace? Oh my gosh, thank you so much for those bits, Peanut. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always appreciate you. Such a sweetheart. Oh shit. You only got 4? No worries. I'll take the 4. Just because you gave them to me. I'll keep good care of them. Oh, go back. It was funny, I didn't even actually use a spell. It's been like, how long has that been? Like thousands of years?
Our ultimate salvation is cessation. It is nothingness. Our wish is not to exist.
I think that's the voice of...
To no longer exist.
dude from Attack on Titan. What's his name? Irvin. Not this voice, but the one earlier. Well, I'm glad you are here, Peanut. Stream is only better with you here, present, enjoying yourself. Yes! Shinzo Sasageyo!
But I got a sinking feeling. Think we probably don't want to.
Also, Nina, are you still here?
It's hard to feel at ease around folks whose only desire is death. And if the planet won't let them have it, well, who's to say they won't let the planet have it?
Save me!
Sure.
Ah, Nina, how far have you gotten in Attack on Titan?
Someone responsible like me ought to hang on to that materia, so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
I meant to message you the other day because I wanted to know, but since you're on vacation, I'm like, I don't want to bother you.
What do you think he wants us to do for him?
Steeped in our one desire, purest of materia no more, with pain and spite made black. Steeped in our one desire, purest of materia no more, with pain and spite.
Oh, so they want the black materia to summon Meteor and fucking destroy the whole planet. That's how they want to find salvation, so that way their souls aren't just fully, like, going around, just aimlessly forever. They want to fucking destroy it all and also get revenge on the Cetra.
Black materia, with pain and spite made black.
Sephiroth's like, you said it. Black materia. I have been summoned. And this is what Sephiroth wants. I think this is the first time we actually hear or see or get an idea
We can't let them have it.
of Sephiroth wanting the black materia.
How much they want it. Don't know how far we can let this go, but for now we play along.
I'm almost ready to start season 2, but vacations came in the way. I'm on vacation, but I always check my messages, so go ahead. all right. I just didn't want to, again, get too into it. Because you have to let me know once you start season 2. And you have to let me know which episodes you're going to watch, because there are some episodes that I must know your reaction to. Oh my gosh. Because it's going to... Your entire perspective of the show is going to change during some part of season 2. And I will not spoil it when, but it will be glorious. I have a question. Is Sephiroth actually Aerith's brother, ex-lover, or none of the above? None of the above. He is... So, I think right now, from what we know, Jenova is not part of the Gi-Zeal. Again, this could be retconned right now. But from what I know, the Gi are an alien life form that came to the planet, seeking, I think, a new... This is what I know, that I've kind of learned from osmosis before this. And they were rejected by the Cetra, hence why they cannot die and become part of the life stream, because they're outsiders. However, Jenova is different. Jenova is basically like a planet eater. It is almost like... It's really interesting, because when we think about it, Shinra is stealing energy from the planet, but in a really, like, how would you say? It's a conflicting interest, because they're making profit off of the planet, even though they're on the planet, and destroying the planet is not to their benefit. It is actually to their detriment. but they don't see it that way. It's basically the hypocritical thinking of what we see now, right? When it comes to big corporations, the U.S. policy on drilling oil and all that shit, right? But we then have Genova, who is this alien form from another planet that goes from planet to planet, basically Galactus style from the Marvel Universe, eating planets and taking their resources, but not in an evil way, more in a just, well, this is what I do. Genova is not evil. Genova is just as, a natural, I guess, force, the same way like a lion eating a wildebeest is, right? It's just this natural force. Obviously, it does seem that Genova is not just, I think more so in this game and as this remake series goes further, is that perhaps we will find out that Genova is not just like a primal force, but rather actually maybe a bit more intelligent than we initially thought. Hence why then when Shinra was experimenting with the Genova cells and then created Sephiroth is basically the personification or embodiment of Genova. And it is giving personhood to Genova, since Genova has been trapped away for thousands of years, right? So Genova, even though her actual being is still trapped inside, the labs of Shinra, she is acting through Sephiroth, right? She is giving Sephiroth basically, I wouldn't say like, because at what point does Sephiroth start and where does he start and end, right? Where does Sephiroth actually have any agency in who he is? Now, obviously, we do see at the very beginning of this game that before he found out who he was not under the, I guess you could say, influence of Genova. But once he actually accepts who he is, I do feel like his inner ears kind of open up to the voice of Genova inside of himself. So now he is trying to do what Genova wants. And Genova, I'm assuming, wants the exact same thing of what these Gi people want, where they want to summon materia. They want to acquire the black materia, which enables them to summon a meteor to destroy the planet. And therefore, Genova, through Sephiroth, can basically feed off the planet's energy the way it was Genova initially had hoped for, and can continue to travel the cosmos and eat more planets and basically become godlike. Because if you think about it, Sephiroth, when he's part of Soldier, is literally a private military just grunt. He just happens to be the best, right? And his entire, I don't know, to succeed as who he is literally just to work for this company to just keep making them money. So it's his life goal isn't really much of a life goal. He doesn't really have anything. So through Genova, he now has, a purpose in life, which is beyond anything, right? He is now godlike, because he is connected to Genova, this higher being, right? And we see that Aerith was being experimented on by Shinra because of her connection to the Cetra, the proto-humans, the humanoid people who basically were in charge of the planet before they died off. I'm telling you, I'm really bad at blocking. And Hojo, yeah, I wouldn't say Hojo's the real villain, but he definitely is the catalyst for so much happening. You remove Hojo, then definitely Shinra does not get where they currently are. They don't have as much power because so much of them being able to do what they're doing is because of Hojo's, non-ethical beliefs in science, and him just being super maniacal and also just really narcissistic and just wanting to. He's literally just, you know, the very typical mad scientist being bankrolled by the worst, you know, corporation. Yeah, exactly. If you take Hojo out, then yeah. But from what I remember, I mean, he's not the only one. Isn't there... This is me talking completely out of my ass here, okay? Also, see you later, Cougar. I know you said you had a long day, so definitely you take care. I hope you get to hear this message before you take off. But I was going to say, from what I remember, I want to say Vincent was also part of that science team. And he also got experimented on, hence why he has the vampire qualities. So, you know, it's not just Hojo. It's like, yeah, you take Hojo out, there's going to be other people who will take his place.
Those not born of the life stream can never join its flow. One cannot return to that from which one did not arise. And so our souls sought refuge here. Yet idleness brought no solace. Our days, a penance imposed by the planet for the sin of our existence. And now, our only wish is to be freed from this prison, to be granted true release.
Yeah, Hojo sucks. Like, straight up. Also, he just always looks sweaty.
From the planet, we claim the greatest of materia, a most sacred treasure, and imbued it with our desire for freedom.
I like his mask because it looks like a beard made out of bones.
After an eternity, the materia began to stir, and thus did we rejoice, knowing that salvation was within our grasp. We rejoiced, so convinced were we that our prayers for release had not been in vain. Yet the loathsome Cetra trespassed upon our lands and stole the treasure that would grant us deliverance.
Obviously, because the Cetra don't want the world to be destroyed.
We ask that you retrieve it, the black materia, key to our oblivion.
Where do you get the black materia in the original game?
It alone can liberate us from this endless dream. The Gi cannot rest until our sacred treasure has been restored to us.
Okay, got it, Zeal. He was a Turk. Ah. I don't know why I always thought he was a scientist.
Moreover, in redressing the crime of her ancestors, the Cetra may help us to let go our ancient grudge.
Where is it?
It is said the orb lies within a place of Cetra worship.
Oh, it's the mountain. What is it called? The Mountain of the Ancients,
Place
or
of Cetra worship.
Temple of the Ancients?
Or temple.
You know what?
I have an idea. At least, I think I do.
Forgive me, Hollow One, if I regard you with suspicion.
Everybody's really sus with Kate Sith.
Crystal ball. No matter your need, I have the right read.
Frickin' naughty.
He's strange, but you can trust him. Really.
Alas, it appears we have been discovered. I trust you will return our materia to its rightful home. Only you can end our torment.
This is really good. I kind of am in awe that they added all of this to this version of the game. And how it all kind of fits together with with the motivations and also with the history.
Guess we're back?
And it also throws a wrench into your belief of what, like, you know, the quote-unquote, like, chosen people were originally, you know, the Cetra, you know, the ancients.
We need to get moving.
Right.
You need to get some sleep, Nye.
Just wait.
Don't stay up too late. Waking up at 5:30 in the morning? That's rough. Can't blame me. Not when I'm telling you, hey, you got to get some sleep. But I'll be finished up here pretty soon here.
It's good to see you again. Allow me to escort you to fellow Bugenhagen. Please, this way.
Nice. It's always nice to not have to go through the entire section over again.
Hook, line, and sinker. Those undead suckers actually think we're gonna give him back their materia.
Also, Yuffie thinking that she's going to take the black materia for her own purposes.
It sounded more like something with the potential to wreak some serious havoc. Nope. No way in hell are we letting them have it.
Can't let him have it either.
Him?
Him.
Sephiroth. Did no one else sense him?
No.
You're the resident expert. If you say Sephiroth was there, I'll believe you.
Wait. So, are you saying Sephiroth's after the black materia too?
Probably. Better to assume he is.
Well, come on. Let's go. Can't let anyone get between me and my materia.
So, Kate Sith, I gotta ask, how do you know about the Cetra Temple anyway?
Well, I wouldn't say I know about it exactly. Not directly, anyway.
What's that supposed to mean?
I just recall some document or other discussing its existence. If we can get to a Shinra terminal, I should be able to find it again.
Terminal, huh? They set any up here?
I think so? But I bet old Boogie will know for sure.
Who's Boogie? Don't tell me what to do. Well, at least as you get, you know, as someone who is younger, you can get less sleep and still feel somewhat rested. I believe you.
Thank heavens you're alive. I feared you might have returned to the planet.
Oh, come on. We both know you didn't need to worry about me. After all, I am the son of Seto the Watcher.
Freaking Red 13.
Forgive me.
Dude was talking so much shit about his dad earlier.
Set up a transmission terminal here in Cosmo Canyon, so where is it?
Oh. What did become of that thing? Ah, yes. Now I remember. I was so fascinated by the technology it employed, I did some tinkering. Some tinkering, I say, though it was quite a lot. But now it serves a decidedly more practical purpose.
You've got to be kidding me! Well, do you know about a Cetra temple?
A temple, you say? If you mean a place where they worshipped God,
Kate Sith, he's just like
the
sulking.
Cetra never engaged in such practices.
I didn't know that.
I also love how detached Aerith is from her lineage, you know, from her, you know, her being an ancient by blood.
Texts do speak of one, and of the pains taken to conceal it.
So, it does exist?
Perhaps, though I know not where it is.
Huh?
And even should you find it, I would urge caution. They were a star-crossed people. To follow in their footsteps is to court tragedy. However, the rewards may yet outweigh the risks. You must bring every one of your senses to bear. For then no secret will elude you, however well hidden. And when you return home, I hope you'll share your discovery.
Brain Rot Cat coming in hot.
What is it?
What should we do?
Well now, a friend of yours?
Where'd you see him?
Oh, the village gate.
We should check it out.
I don't understand the whole Aerith's mom thing, because didn't we see her mom in the other world? And didn't we meet her in the first game too? So I'm a little confused with that. It really does suck, you know, just like as time has gone on, I forget what happened in the remake.
Are you in need of guidance?
Oh, you're right. Yes, that's her foster mom. You're correct.
Nanaki! Is this man okay? He is, albeit rather weak. Not sure why, though. I know Mako poisoning when I see it, and this isn't it.
Ain't that?
Where Tifa and I grew up.
Ah! Of course! Nibelheim had a terminal. I'd bet my whiskers on it.
It, had a terminal.
Cloud, remember when you told Guy an attack back there? That I might be weird, but you can trust me. Aye, well, even if you were lying, I'm gonna prove to you that you can trust me. That I'm on your side.
It's not that.
Now that I know that Reeve is the guy who is in charge of Kate Sith, and he made those wanted posters,
You're talking about heading to Nibelheim?
and he didn't give them like the exact like kind of like features that like facial features when they made the wanted posters, I'm curious if like Reeves is actually on our side.
But by air.
Now, I think Cloud looks great in this game, Ema.
Right then, back to the airstrip we go.
Also, I love Sid in this game too. Chadley, not so much. Kinda hate Chadley.
Proto-relic energy signature confirmed, and relatively close to you. While the signal is on the weaker side, it may serve as a good place to start. I'll send you the coordinates right away.
Don't bother, Chadley. You are annoying.
What happened? Is he okay?
Yeah, Chadley, the NPC. I do want to go back. Hold on. And do some of the other things I haven't done. I do need to finish. I need to go back to Gungaga. I hated that place. Which is over here. But it sure looks like... Oh, yeah. Temple of the Ancients is up top, right? Because isn't it in like a snowy area? From what I remember? Yeah, so we are reaching near... Not going to say the end of the game. Oh, and then the snowboarding stuff happens, right? But I do think that's in the next game, I believe. But yeah, I did almost everything. The grasslands. Junon, I did everything that I could up until a certain point. But there's obviously still a lot I have to do there. Corel, I thought I did a lot more, but I guess I didn't. I guess there is still a lot to do. I will go back and finish these. Yeah, the snowboarding stuff I do know is later on, so I know it'll be in the third game, more than likely. I think I hate Mia more than Chadley, but it's a much of muchness. Is Mia the other character that's with Chadley? Or is Mia the other character that was like with Biggs a little while ago? Because I feel like she's annoying. I don't like her. I don't like her inclusion in this game. It kind of she looks like a Kingdom Hearts character, or like a what was it called? The world ends with you. I think that was the game. She looks like a character that's from there. Yes, the other character. Oh, okay, gotcha. I think I like her a little bit more just because I feel Chadley's voice annoys me. Anyway, I think I'm gonna stop there. We've got 44 hours in this game, so we're making progress. I'm gonna switch over here real quick. Let me mute this. Let's put on some music. Hold on. Here it is. I think it's on. Oh no, hold on, it's loading. Hold on. There we go. It's not that loud, but still, it's on. Real hyper female voices annoys the crap out of me. GG. I love that sound. I did not realize that Vincent is in this game. That's awesome. I don't think I used him at all the first time I played the game. I have mentioned this before. I don't really like play a lot of games like to min-max everything, especially when I'm just trying to play just for the story. And when I did play Final Fantasy VII the first time, it was mostly just to get through to the story. So I don't think I did. I don't think I ever used Vincent at all. What does he even do? Like combat style, now that I think about it. I don't remember. Anyway, yes, it was a fun stream. And as always, very yaptastic. Getting into all types of topics here. But I'm going to go. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing. Oh, that's true. He does have guns. Are you going to stream Pokopia when it comes out? Yes. So earlier we were talking about that, Nina. I was actually going through like my schedule of what I'm going to be playing. So we should be able to finish this game probably within the next week or two because I will be playing it on my off time, but I will finish it on stream. I do want to do that. After that, I'll kind of just goof around a little bit up until Pokopia comes out, and then we'll definitely be streaming that. Once we get our fill of Pokopia on stream, I will play Silent Hill F, get a little bit more into the creepy vibes. And I also was flirting with the idea of maybe doing 3 days a night. 3 days a night. 3 nights a week. There we go. To be able to get through that game on stream. I will not do all the crazy endings and whatever. More than likely, I think what we should have done too for Silent Hill 2 is I should have just watched all the endings on YouTube with you guys. So I think I'll do that with this Silent Hill F. We'll beat the game, do the first playthrough, and then we'll watch the other endings on YouTube if people want to see that. Then after that, I am also thinking of going back to Baldur's Gate 3, but lowering the difficulty just so that way we can get through it. And we also started talking a little about Red Dead Redemption 2. So we'll see. There's obviously more games that are coming down the pipeline, so I definitely still want to, keep things open just in case. But those are some games that have gotten my attention. But yes, I know, right, Zeal? All over. Yes, iTwitch coming soon, especially with Baldur's Gate. But I'm hoping that if we lower the difficulty, it'll be a little bit easier and a little bit more of a smooth experience. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Hope your Friday night was a good one. Friday night, Saturday morning, wherever you may be. As always, I am wishing you nothing but the best. Have yourself a great weekend. For those who are on the Patreon, tomorrow we will be doing the community night over on Discord. Same time as always. We'll be playing Mario Kart. More than likely, we're going to be playing Mario Kart World because I think we have a lot of people who are going to be playing who have the Switch too. But if people are into it, we might also switch over just to Mario Kart 8 just to get in a few races there. And then we might also do a little bit of Jackbox, just depending on how long all the games are. Usually the community nights are about an hour, hour and a half, or not community nights, but the live script fills or when we watch movies. So, yeah, I don't want to make it too long, but we'll see. Anyway, we'll see you guys. I'll see you guys there for those who will be in attendance. But for everybody else, I hope you have a good one. Enjoy your lunch, Ema. Have a great night. Get yourself some sleep. Everybody else, take care and have a great weekend. I will catch you guys next time. And as always, you'll hear from me soon enough. Alrighty, guys, take care. Bye.